The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the November 30th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift whale, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email, send it to steve@tfnn.com, and inside that subject heading, if you would be kind enough to put radio show question, and in our Tigers Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We've got a board that is painted red out here. You've got the Dow down 624, while the S&P's off 79, and the NASDAQ 100 271, and the Russell 59, and the semis 87, and the transports 474. It is a bloodbath out there, but you got that spot volatility. It's that little stubborn guy is up 21%. If you get a one-day rate of change above plus 10%, that's a signal to be watching for the patterns that are associated with at least bottoms or bounces out there. We'll try to take a look at that. You've got gold off $9, trading at $17.73. Silver's down at off a nickel at $22.75. Light sweet crude is off $5, $64.87 is its print. Natural gas off a quarter, that's down at $4.60. The 30-year Treasury up 1 18/32, trading out at $163.18. Lead the charge dollar-wise, the upside. Novavax is up $7.50. That's nearly 4%. VIR Biotechnology, $6, 15%. MicroStrategy, $6, about 0.8%. Ocean Pal, I don't know what that is. Lithium Motors up $5, 1 6/10%. Zendesk, it's got the Zen going up 4%, and that's 4 buckaroonies. To the downside, you've got Aero Clean Technologies getting the schnockers kicked out of it, down 85%. Holy shnikes. Man, it's off. That's a big move to the downside. Sorry if anybody out there is holding that. Booking Holdings, that's down $90 or 4%. Google's off at 61, 2%. Dillard's is off 17%. Geez, that's $60. That's a big move to the downside. Some things are getting, what kicked out of them. In any event, let's begin the day by starting with our equity future contracts out here. So here you've got the 4. You've got the ES Mini in the upper left or the left. You've got next to that the NQ, and that's really where we're going to spend some time is the NQ. If the markets are going to crater, well, the NQ is going to fail at support. And that's the level that's been testing during the morning, and that is between the range of 16,055 and 16,134. That is the bottom and center of its bullish structured profile. So if the market's going to be saved, this is where it's going to be saved from. Now, I think it is going to be saved. And the reason that I say that is if we take a look at the number one holding inside the NDX 100, it is Apple. Now, Apple has a sell to D point. What do I mean by that? Apple completed an A to B equals CD. We'll go ahead and draw that pattern in here. As soon as I can get my cursor to work properly. Draw the A point, here's the B point, here's the C point. You'll see a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD. Now, the reason why Stevie says that the pattern completed is because it generated a bearish reversal candle. In this case here, it was the bearish shooting star. Now, that candle session was on November 22nd. and that had 117 million shares. Well, we're already at 86 million shares. So based upon my straight line math, what Apple is doing is pushing into a swing point with volume. Now, even if it doesn't get up to 165.70 today, it's going to go tag it, or at least it has the high probability of doing that. It may even take that out. The weekly chart says, hey, I'm going to take that out. Why does the weekly chart say that? Well, it's A to B equals CD. The B point is September 6th, and that had volume of 354 million shares, and that was passed with 462 million shares. And that was on the trading week that began November 15th. So Apple has a confirmed A to B equals C, and this is the junior version. This is the smaller A to B equals CD, but it's got a 1-to-1 price projection of 179.32. And the monthly chart doesn't have any kind of topping signal at all. So right now, what happens if Apple closes below 162.43? That's the top of its daily profile. And that's an excellent question. Well, then that's just simply telling us that a resistance level is held, but because it's still pushing into that swing point, now that would assume it doesn't have to assume anything. You're already into that swing point with volume. Whether you even close below that swing point, which would be 161, it still tells you you're going to at least be up there. Now, if it closed below 161, the up there is maybe just testing 161, not necessarily getting to the high. But if it does close above 161, odds favor that price is going to go tag that November 22nd high. That's at 165.70, and a close above that's just going to tell us that the NQ is back on its way to moving higher, or support should hold. Now, of course, if Apple was trading poorly today, well, then we would see some kind of bloodbath inside of the NQ. So that's what we're taking a look at here. Just going to the number one holding. No, we can go to number two. We should go to number two. What the heck out here? And that would be Microsoft, or at least I believe Microsoft is the number two weighted holding inside there. Now, Microsoft has a little bit different picture. It is trading below the bottom of its slightly bullish structured profile, but the swing point from a couple days ago had 24. Well, it's pulling down with volume. You had 24 million shares on the 26th. Of course, that was a half of a trading session, right? So what do? Do we multiply this times 2? Probably. And that would say that'd be about 50 million. And so we're pulling back with light volume out here inside of Microsoft. Now, Microsoft, if it does close below 332.43, it threatens to you and I that it might want to get back to the 321 level. But this is a weekly bullish structured profile. Just formed this week, so just formed yesterday. And the center of the profile is where buyers and sellers are, but there's buyers there. The bottom is where buyers are at. So right now you've got Microsoft testing a key level of support. I would say Microsoft needs to close below 328.84 to suggest a further move lower. That further move lower would be 321. What else is a top weighting inside here? Well, Google certainly, because of the two instruments. So they make up about 8% of the NDX 100. If we take a look at Google, it looks like a similar pattern to Microsoft. So it's the November 26th swing point at 849,000 shares. You multiply that times 2, you're about 1.6 million, where it's about 657 right now. So again, pulling back with light volume. Now, in the case of Google, it has a new weekly profile as well, but it is bearish in structure, which is dangerous when you start trading below, which we are, or close below the center of that profile, which is 29.54. That could be suggested to move back to 27.06. Won't make that statement that that's what it's going to do unless it takes out that swing point from November 26th. But right now, it's really theoretically, practically speaking, pulling back with lighter volume. So it does look like the NQ should hold the bottom of that daily profile. With that being the case, and with a one-day rate of change above plus 10%, you can expect a bottom, or bounce at least, to form. And I'd say at this stage here, a bottom inside of the NQ. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're switching over to the other view of our daily equity future contracts out here. So, the NQ itself doesn't have a bottom pattern, but holding support would be, an area where you would consider buying. So that support level is very key. As we take a look at the other 3 equity future contracts, what we'll see is the Dow and the Russell 2000. Those are along the bottom. Today will become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. And that suggests that a bottom should form either today or tomorrow. You can make a lower low on the day after bar number 9, and that still qualifies out there. The next support level inside the Dow Equity Future contract is 34,248. Inside the Russell 2000 is at 2165 out there. The actual low so far in the Russell today has been 2171. So you got a TD9 count that is forming there. Inside the ES Mini, no such luck. No such bottoming signal. So the ES Mini, assuming there's going to be a bottom here, would be taking its cues from the NQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000 out there. So with regard to the potential of a bounce out here, what is it they're looking for, or a bottom? I'm going to switch now over from the daily time frame charts into our 30-minute charts. 30 minutes is not the only intraday time frame that we take a look at it, but it's one of the better barometers out here. So as we look at it, we'll start from down below. The Dow already has a bottom pattern in. It's got a TD9 count. That low has been tested, but it has not been, we have not seen a close below it, although there's a threat for that to take place during this half hour. So if in the next 11 minutes we see a close below 34,663, and we're at 34,448 right now. So again, that low that we're looking at would be, 34,450. 34,450. We're 34,435 right now. If we get a close below that, that pattern will get negated. And then we'll have to wait for, you can see there's some type of Rhodes momentum indicator signal that has been triggered. You'll need some type of bullish reversal candle. Very much like the Russell 2000 has already done. I'm just trying to expand this out just a tad. So the Russell 2000 was also moving lower. It generated a hammer candle as we came to that 1230 time frame out here. As long as that candle holds, that's got its bottom signal. But you're looking for something like that in the overnight hours. We might see the market crater and fall apart a little bit further. I don't know. We do have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the 30-minute ES. That's in your upper left-hand corner. That formed a hammer candle as well. So just like the Russell 2000, as long as that low holds, what is that low? That's the low of the day, and that's at 45.62 even Steven. Now, the NQ doesn't have any kind of pattern out here. None, zips, zilch. Price is pulling back into a level of support that formed that Rhodes momentum indicator signal at about 1 o'clock on the 26th out here. So it's pulling back into an area of support, but I don't have any kind of bottom signal there for the NQ. The bottom signal in the NQ really gets back to that daily time frame, pulling back into that level of support. So hope that helps you out with regard to what the equity futures contracts are telling us, what to look for short term. We've already got a couple of signals in here, nothing from the NQ, but as long as the NQ again holds at 16.055, in essence, it will have generated a version of a bottom signal. If we take a look at, what do we want to take a look at next? No questions in the queue just yet. So let's continue taking a look at the some of the black background charts out here. The one chart we're going to take a look at is the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator, which is now down below minus 250. When was the last time that we were down at this level? The last time that we were down at this level was on July 19th. That had a close of about 295. What happened after that? Well, we saw a nice little bottom, nice little V-shaped little bottom. Price went ahead, moved higher, and in fact went on to make a new all-time high after that. How about other times we were down at these levels? I'm just using my crosshair to get to that time period, that date, which is May 12th. You can see what took place up top. That got down to a low of, well, I can't say it got down to a low. It closed at, to see advanced decline oscillator, minus 220. Let's go take a look at these other less than minus 150 levels. You come back here to the March 24th time frame. You can see what happened. Come back a little bit further. That little bit further would take us into the time frame of March the 4th. So here's a minus 250 level. This is back on the trading day of, here we go. This is on the trading day of October 28th, 2020. That closed out at minus 248. Again, we're at minus 281. So, we get down here. This is pushing the ball down about as far as you can now. Not that it can't go further. Certainly during the 2020 crisis, we got down. The actual low during that time period took place on March the 12th. And that was down at minus 392. So not that it can't move lower out here. It most certainly can. It's just that it's really down in that oversold condition out here, and that is the advanced decline oscillator reading. What else can we use to help us? Nothing else that I can really think of, so let's just move on to something else. What should that something else be? Probably we should go take a look at Goldilocks. So you got gold trading down $9.30. Let's take a look at gold here. So what is gold doing? So we're moving from the December contract into the February contract. Our focus is really going to be on the February contract. So you can see that price is below daily profile levels out here. And this is there. I'll just expand out this chart. I will just make sure we're all looking at the same thing. So we can see that price is I've got two different trend lines out here. I've got a trend line that takes us back into that nice spike low down on August 9th. Of course, it's using the touch points of September 29th out there, and the following day, that would be September the 30th. That creates one trend line. I've got another trend line that uses the swing point, or not even a swing point, but the low from October 6th, and that cuts across another low from November the 3rd. So we can see that gold is at a critical level of support, a potentially critical level of support, since price is below its daily profile. That's just simply that trend line. Now, we can do more than that because we can go take a look at gold on its weekly and its monthly time frame. We do that by switching over to this set of charts out here. So in this case, you've got gold attempting to form a new daily profile. The bottom is at 1789. The problem is right now we're trading at 1777. What I do not know is whether this profile is going to take hold or not. This is using Stevie's advanced Doppler system out here, so I won't know until this evening. Whether it takes hold or not, really our focus is on the weekly time frame chart. Well then, Stevie, why didn't you just start there? Because I didn't. We were talking about daily. I continued with the daily. But now we're over in the weekly chart. What's the weekly chart tell us? Price is trading into the bullish structured weekly profile zone. And that zone is between 1761 and 1788. Why do you call it a zone, Stevie? Because that's what it is. It's a zone. We've got buyers that are definitely at 1761, and we have buyers and sellers at 1788, and therefore the zone is between the bottom and the center of that profile. So price is trading back into support on the weekly. Price is trading into a level of support on the daily. If those levels of support on the daily fail, we're looking at a move to 1761. And if price gets below 1761, then we're looking at a move to 1750 out here. So gold is trading back into an area of support. What is high-ho silver doing? Excellent question. Let's go take a look at it. As we take a look at the daily silver contract, well, we can see it's below profile levels. It's below a prior swing point. So that says move on. Let's go take a look at our multi-time frame set of charts out here. So now what we're going to do is just simply focus on the weekly. We take a look at the weekly chart out here. We can see prices sitting at a level of support. It, too, just like gold, has a bullish structured weekly profile. The center is at 2284, and the bottom is at 2182. We're trading just below the center at 2288. So price is just simply trading inside that bullish zone out here. Do we have anything going on intraday charts or anything? I don't know the answer to that. I have to pull up some other charts out here, but you basically have price. In the case of gold, it's real easy to see the support level because of those trend lines. In the case of silver, not so much. But it is trading back into support. I think silver gets its cue from Goldilocks. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Are you having fun trading the markets, but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the silver contract out here, just looking at the short-term time frames, looking for any kind of signal. So the 10-minute has a TD9 count bottom pattern that's in. This is suggesting that we should see price go target the 22.95, 22.94 level. So that should be its next move. If price can take that out, the 10-minute chart suggests that silver should make a move to 23.27. 30-minute chart here for silver has what? Not much. I don't have a pattern. That is hammer candle that formed at the lows out here. Let's move on to the 60-minute chart. What does Stevie have? So it still has a valid TD9 count bottom. That took place back on the 29th out here, so that bottom still exists. The 120-minute time frame chart has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern out here. If price can close above 22.90, it's going to suggest a move to 23.10. This is a 120-minute chart, so that when I say close above 22.90, that would be by 2 o'clock. Now it can do it from 2 to 4, but that's what so it does have a valid bottom. The 240 out here also has a TD9 count bottom. So silver, perfect. And the 5-hour chart also has a TD9 count bottom out here. So back to the daily. The daily wasn't helpful to us, at least. Well, I take that back. Whoa, geez Louise, Stevie. What are you talking about? The daily doesn't have a pattern. The daily is going to form bar number 9 of a TD9 count above TD9 count breakout support at 22.58. So that says that we should see a low in silver that's either already happened or it should be between today and tomorrow. So if you were taking, for example, if you were looking to take a long position in silver, then now would be the time to do that. If price closed below 22.58 tomorrow, then we'd say, well, that was a unintelligent move, Stevie. Why do you even suggest that? Well, I'm suggesting that because you've got a bottom pattern that is occurring above a breakout level of support. And that is a bullish signal. We just went through the intraday time periods out there. So that's what silver is communicating to you and I. So that's the area of precious metals. I know that John had typed something in the den earlier about the GDX, John, so I'll just simply go ahead and we'll put those charts up on the screen for you. And he had noticed that we've seen the last 3 days have been nothing more than a test of breakout support. Now, breakout support, you'll see a couple different lines here. The breakout support that we're really looking at is the last one to form, and that's at 31.69. So that level has been tested, and he's correct. Was tested on Friday, tested on Monday, tested again today. What we would prefer to see here, John, is the low of today is the low of bar number 7. That was at, 31.64. In order to get the count right on bar number 9 out here, the bar number 9 is going to complete today. But in order to be a valid Stevie pattern, the low's got to come on bars 8, 9 to the bar following 9. And right now, today's low is the same as the bottom of the low of bar number 7. Again, that number there was 31.64. So I really need to see 31.63 today or tomorrow. But the GDX is suggesting if we get that, then that would have a TD9 count that would line up with the silver contract, that would line up with gold holding support. And it's not exactly as if the GDX has fallen apart with gold and silver trading lower. So that's a positive sign out there for the GDX. Anything else really to take a look at? I don't know. Let's go look at the weekly chart. What's the signal here? Not really much to help us with. I'm not worried about that 31.65 level there. That doesn't have too much meaning for us right now. And on the monthly time frame, I don't have much. So it's really going to be all about the daily out there. And the preference is to get one more little push lower, get below the bottom of that 30, somehow just spike below 31.64, close back above 31.69, and you might have a bottom signal there inside of the GDX. So that takes care of the metals area. Oh, we do have a couple of questions that have come in. What are all those green things that are popping up on your screen? I don't know. Must be stocks that are moving higher. You were talking about your screen, not my screen. Is that correct? In any event, let's go to a question that has come in. This one from Mike in New Hampshire. Mike wants to take a look at crude oil. So let me get to the crude oil charts out here. Give me a moment to get to crude, and we'll start. So we got. We're not going to start here. We're going to start to where we can get some meaning out of this. And let me get this fired up So we got light sweet crude. We're dealing with the January 22 contract out here. Mike's question goes like this. How about crude oil? What do your weekly, monthly, and quarterly charts show? Well, good. I'm glad that I put those up here. Potentially long entry coming soon. Respectfully, Mike in New Hampshire. So, Mike, we're looking for some kind of support out here. We don't see it on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, we don't. Well, the level of support in the weekly time frame would be the trend line, and that's at about 63.10. Don't quote me on that exact number, but it's about 63.10 out here. If that level doesn't hold, then we would suggest that price is going to go target 62.63. If 62.63 doesn't hold, then we're looking at 55.02, and if 55.02 doesn't hold, we're looking at 50.66. So that's what those charts are telling us. Let's take a look at the other white background charts out here. If we look at the daily time frame, the only thing that could suggest a potential level of support would be its third TD9 breakout level at 64.39. But boy, you really want to see some kind of bottoming signals on the intraday. On a weekly chart out here, as we populate it, price is right now trading below its breakout level of 66.35. So you know what, Mike? It looks to me like what light sweet crude at least is communicating to us now. This is a weekly time frame chart, so it's only Tuesday. But if in fact 66.35 holds by Friday, that would be a low signal. And if it doesn't, that is suggesting a move back to 56.84. So not seeing any kind of a real bottoming signal here inside of light sweet crude. Can't recommend trying to take some type of long entry. Is it coming soon? Is it coming soon? I don't see it just yet, other than price going back to those support levels that we're looking at. But I don't see a clear bottoming pattern or signal when we take a look at light sweet crude out here. So, let's continue to monitor, but I don't see it today if that's in fact what you were looking for. So thanks so much for writing in. We've got a caller on the line. It is Garo. Garo, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm very good. How about you, sir?
Excellent. And how was your Thanksgiving?
It was very good. Very, very good.
Good.
I was with friends and all that. Yeah, I wish you were here too. We had a very good time. Yes, sir. How about yours?
Absolutely. So you want to take a look at ticker symbol LABU. Tell the folks what you are doing with this. I pulled up your set of charts. I've got the daily and the 120-minute time frame out there. And so tell us what you're doing, how I can best help you.
Yeah, LABU is the same as XBI. Is a spider of the biotech ETF, except this is the directional, is very fast, is excellent for day trading. Something that I realized on the daily chart, if you look at the daily chart on the candle, was done on November the 23rd.
Yeah, that hammer candle, yes.
It's a hammer candle. It's a very long wick at the bottom.
Yes.
And it's green at the top, and I thought this is where everybody's buying, and this is the end of it. So the bleeding has stopped, but still all the dots were from the top, and I thought that the next candle will go above the 5-day, and from there on it will build up going higher, so the bull will get started. But unfortunately, I was wrong. So now about 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th day, that still that bleeding is keep continuing. And today it's a doji candle, which the wick upper and the lower is the same size. So that is a little bit of undecisive.
Garo, I don't mean to interrupt you. We're going to a break here. Hold that thought, if you will. We'll come back in about 3 minutes, and we'll continue talking about LABU with Garo in California.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to go out to Garo. And Garo, sorry about that we're going into the break. You were doing an excellent review of LABU. That's the Direction Share 3X biotech bull position. And you were talking about the hammer candle that had formed on November 23rd. And that actually had completed an A to B equals CD to the downside. So I'm with you. That was certainly signaling that it was forming a bottom. Of course, we know that when you close below the bottom of a hammer candle, the expression is if you're long, you're wrong. And that's what the signal that we got yesterday. So please continue with your review of LABU and, again, how I can help you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That candle of 23rd, I was wrong. That's good. I didn't buy anything. Of course, that was against my policy. As long as the candle doesn't hit the upper dot and the dot won't go down, I will never do such thing. Now, today's candle is a doji. On the daily chart, the stochastic is all the way at the bottom, below 25. But the MACD is still the nose. I mean, the two lines are at the bottom. It's haven't crossed yet. The weekly and the monthly chart is very bad. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Yes, correct.
Now, you think this is a possibility that this can turn at this point, that curvature will start to build here, or still bleeding is going to keep continuing?
So the first thing that I would do is, so when you're trading a 3X model like the LABU, what I prefer to go to is the 1-to-1. It just simply provides us with better information. And as you said, that would be the ETF XBI. So if we take a look at that, that's going to provide you and I with more consistent type information. So here's what we know about it, and maybe you didn't catch it, maybe the folks didn't catch it. But you had pointed it out. You said the daily, the weekly, and the monthly looked horrible, and my charts agreed with that because we saw price in LABU below all of the profile levels. But when we switch this over to XBI and we take a look at the monthly time frame, we see the price is actually trading with inside its profile. So the next level of support just first trying to find where's the next potential level of support for this instrument, and that level is at 108.06. Now, this is a slightly bullish structured profile, and prices in between 108.06 and the center, which is at 115.47. So it's got potential. So how do we determine whether that potential means anything to us? Well, what I do is I pull over that white background set of charts out here. And so we know potentially 108.06. When we look at the daily time frame for XBI, we're going to see that today is going to become bar number 7 of a TD9 count. We know that a bottom can form on bars 8, bars 9, or the bar following 9. Now, what we have to see is at least a spike below today's low, whatever that ends up being. So to answer your question, is there any kind of potential bottom signal that we might see out here? The answer would be yes, and that would be something that would occur between Wednesday and Friday of this week if it is to occur. The other thing that we can take a look at, you're saying, hey, I won't take this trade until I see the upper dot get taken out because that is your structure, and I get that, and that's cool. Another reason to have been a little bit concerned about taking that hammer candle would be that price is still below that red oscillator and change line. So what I can share with you is that you've got your dot to look at. I would say if price is able to form a bottom pattern, maybe it's tomorrow, bar 8 out there, it still has to form bar 9. Then if price can close above that oscillator and change line, which currently printed at 119.38, that would be a signal that there's been a change in trend. So to answer your question, do I see a potential bottom forming? I do if we line up XBI and its support level, which is between 108.06 and 115.47, along with the daily time frame if it forms that TD9 count bottom pattern. Now, because there's a valid A to B equals CD out here as well, you'd like to see both a TD9 count form and a bullish reversal candle in this A to B equals CD. Now, put that up on our screen out here. This one is for XBI. We're looking at the A to B equals CD pattern out here, and you're already below the 1 to 1.272, so its next kind of target area, Garo, is in the 110.76 level. But another bullish reversal candle. And a doji, to me, it just talks about maybe a market being tired. So if it is a doji candle today, that would be a nice thing. But then let's get to that TD9 count pattern. Tomorrow through Friday out there. See if we could also get a bullish reversal candle. Then you'd have 2 bottoming signals. And then if price gets above your dot out there, then you've got the confirmation. And for me, it would be a close above that oscillator and change line. Does that make sense?
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
good,
sir.
Good,
very
good.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait for another couple of days, and then I'll call you back regarding this LBU again.
Well, Garo, I will look forward to that. I will look forward to that call. And thanks so much for calling. Always good to speak to you. And have a great Tuesday.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. You bet.
That was Garo in California. So I do believe I've got another question here. So let me get to it. And there might be more than just one. So maybe Stevie needs to be Speedy Stevie. Yeah, I think so. I got 3 minutes. So this one's coming in from Marty. Marty says, could you please take a look at 2 gold stocks, Harmony Gold. So let's at least take a look at one of the gold stocks, HMY out here. And let me get this fired up. We're just going to use my white background charts out here just so I can be a little more efficient with my time. So as we take a look at it, Harmony Gold, you got to like this. It's trading right up into resistance right now. Resistance, is this correct? Yeah, it's the 30th. So must be maybe this is a Rand conversion issue, but it doesn't really matter. What price is trading into, Mike, is the top of its bearish structure daily profile, and that's really where we're at right now. 424 is the number. We're trading at 425. Price is also taking on a TD9 count. That was from back on November 17th. Here's the deal, Mike. You get Harmony Gold to close above 432, you're off to the races to the upside. Well, where's the upside? Well, unfortunately, it's at 450. Doesn't mean it can't break through 450. That's just where your next battleground is at. So right now, you got price testing resistance. Don't know if it will bust through that area, but what you're looking for, it doesn't have to be today. But what you're looking for is a close above 432. You do that, you're off to 450. You get above 450, you're off to 514. That's what I see when I take a look at Harmony Gold. What do the charts say about this time, long and short? So we'll just take a look at the daily out there. Well, let me just quickly look at the weekly. Here we go. On the weekly, it looks good. So, okay, good thing I populated. So your resistance level on the weekly is 435. So close above that would look pretty good. The concern would be if we do that this week or next, you're going to get a TD9 count out there. So it may have to come back to Harmony Gold. But right now, daily, you're up at resistance. I hope that helps you out, Mike. Marty, I'm sorry. Thanks so much for the request out here. Let me see. The next request coming in by email is from is from Eddie. The market started to tank. Powell's comment, does this perceived shift in opinion also? Okay. So, so your question is, does this perceived shift in Fed policy affect the global flow of capital in the U.S.? No, I don't care what Powell says out here. Powell knows the position that he's in, Eddie, and the position is this: everybody wants the Fed to raise rates out there. Now, I'm not in that camp. He knows that he can't do it. He knows that if he does do it, what that's going to do is continue to send capital into the U.S. out there. That's how it's always worked in the past. It's going to work this time, too, if he raises interest rates. And if he doesn't raise interest rates, everybody thinks he's a little weenie out there and that we've got all kinds of inflation going on. We got supply, demand, inflation. But does it change the global flow of capital? No, it doesn't. And Europe and closing everything down like they're doing right now, all that's doing is just going to keep getting capital flowing to the U.S. Let them destroy their economies. Let's just not make that same mistake here. Please, let's not make that same mistake. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So both Eddie and Hector want to take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. After it formed that top, a new profile formed. It's bearish in structure. Price has been contained with inside that profile, so it's just consolidating with inside its daily profile. It's got resistance at 334.78 and support at 293.85. That's what's going on with NVIDIA. If you're in it, I would stay. I wouldn't short it necessarily. Price would have to break through some key levels of support to suggest there's a change in trend. We also have a request to take a look at ticker symbol FENY. As I look at its daily time frame chart for signals, the only thing that I have here is a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and price is pulling back to support, and support is this breakout level of 1475. I don't have any kind of a bottoming signal or pattern. On the weekly chart out here, as I take a look at this, it has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is below the bottom of a new profile that formed last week. This is suggesting that it wants to pull back to 1280. So if you're in this, first watch 1475. If price closes below that, then you're going to get that 1280-ish marker. You're likely going to get that 1280 level. And then the last chart was to take a look at STLD. If we take a look at this, STLD right now is doing what? It's targeting its breakout level of support. That would be 58.50. This may just be a large consolidation out here, but it looks like it should get down to that 58.50 level. So I believe we've got through all of the requests. That's a beautiful thing. It leaves us with about 30 seconds. And then at 30 seconds, let's pull back open the daily equity future contracts out here. Let's go back. And so I don't see anything significant there. Let's go back to the equity futures contracts. Let's go to the short-term time frame charts out there. Let's just update ourselves on what's going on there. Remember, we had nice our Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom on the ES. Price now above that oscillator and change line. If it closes above 45.86 at 2 p.m., that suggests higher price. That would be 46.07. You've got a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom inside the Dow and a TD9 count bottom there. Price is likely going to get to 34.66. If you can get above that, 34.882. A nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom in the Russell 2000. There is no bottoming signal on the 30-minute time frame chart for the NQ, but support held. That's all it needed to do. Looks to me like we're going to rally. So stay tuned. David White with the Power Trading Hour. He's up next. Tom O'Brien will take us on home. I'll be back with you on Wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday, folks.